This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
And Jeff, let's get back into it here. So much to talk about on this show, but I do want to talk about some contracts. It's reported in the Torch that while X Division wrestler Sanjay Dutt and Petey Williams were unable to reach new deals, Jay Lethal was re-signed to a contract. And I know you're running a business, and this isn't something that we talk about a lot on the air, but you're in a unique position. You can wear multiple caps. You can talk to us as the in-ring performer. You can talk to us as the promoter. You got to run a business. You got to make tough decisions. Why does a guy like Jay Lethal get re-upped and Sanjay and Petey do not?
So there was a time in creative, man, this is getting inside baseball granular, but I want to say, let me count them real quick. Dutch, Vince, Mike Tenay, Jeremy Borash, Bill Banks. I'm just trying to think. I always like to have an odd number in the room, because if you had to take a vote and pull me out of it, because I don't want to be a part of the vote. So either 5 or 7 in the room. At times Abyss was in the room, probably not in this conversation because he was a talent. But, you know, the old Jack Welch analogy, running corporate.
Yep.
Bottom 10% have to go every year. That's kind of amazing to me that that's how he ran his company. At the end of 12 months, the bottom 10 or what was, I don't know.
He cuts the bottom every year. And this is how he built the biggest company in the history of the world, GE.
Yeah.
And that was he was big on innovation, but what he was really big on is copying other people's idea. Like, let's take a proven concept that we know works, apply everyone else's best practices.
Yeah.
And if we've got their best and their best and their best together, we're going to be successful. And part of that mission was every year you thin the herd. If these are your worst producers, get rid of them and bring in new people. And
Conrad, that's why I love you. I just literally had to say, but that when I read his book as a leader or a manager or even an employer, there were so many light bulbs that you go, that's really just taking all emotion and ego and just really looking at it as, and I know Vince has run his organization like that to this day so many times, taking all the emotion out of it. What's best for the company? You're going to hurt some feelings, but the company has to keep going in the most profitable manner. And sometimes that isn't fun. That's what we would do from time to time. Dean Broadhead, the CFO, would basically
help me understand. I'm trying to cut you off, but how do Petey and Sanjay become?
That's where I was getting there, pal.
Okay. Sorry,
man. You're antsy today, Conrad. Let's throw down. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Broken Skull Sessions. You didn't do. Oh, I'm kidding. I can't wait for that to air, Conrad. You gonna watch it?
Of course, the day it comes out, I watch all of his stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's why I was saying, if there is a odd number, 3, 5, or 7, I would pull out of it. Dean would say, "Hey guys, coming up this quarter, this is kind of the numbers that I've worked on. This is what I've talked with Dallas. Maybe this is what I've talked with Dixie, or maybe me, Dixie, and Dean would get in a room and go, okay, we're gonna have to allocate this and advertise and all this." It was a numbers game. And so we kind of looked at the amount of bodies in the 4 divisions. And that's not just a marketing and promotion is that when you're booking a show, a lot of times you got to kind of make sure that you can play chess with the equal, so you got heavyweights, tags, X division and females. And so, okay, we're going to have to kind of cut some tags and cut here and cut there. And who can we cut on their contract renewals? It's not letting anybody go. It's just really not renewing. And I don't remember specifically, but I know there was a lot of times in the room that we'd say, okay, we got to let go of, let's just say, 2 X division guys. And when you put a list of 10 up there and dollars and, whatever it may be, who's been there, who's been in a lot of storylines that we may not be able to come up with something so creative that we've kind of done 4 or 5 things, time to move on, or there's a lot of upside to this, downside. When you look at, so who was let go? Sanjay and Petey.
Yep.
And a lot of people go, are you kidding me? Canadian Destroyer and Sanjay Dutt had that great storyline with Val and Jay Lethal, and they're both player from Himalaya, fantastic performers, but they had probably been with us 3 or 4 or 5 years. And I don't remember the specifics, but it went to a vote. I said, guys, vote. because at the end of the day, I like all of them. I've signed all of them, but also understand that Bob Carter wants guys moved in and out. Okay, where do you have? And so that's the vote came down. Okay, that's it.
It's a conversation we can have with you and really nobody else. Well, because there's not a lot of people who can have.
I got you.
I mean, Tony Schiavone's never had to fire anybody.
I got you. It sucks.
And when Jim Ross did it, it was usually dictated to him.
Yes.
What I mean, somebody else said, "Hey, cut this guy, cut that guy," and you're the guy who sat back and said, "You know what? Fuck Sanjay. I don't like Sanjay." I mean, who'd he ever beat? By the way, Sanjay is a listener. Shout out to Sanjay, who very quickly has gone from, I mean, Sanjay Dutt might be like a modern day Conan. You know, all of a sudden Conan was like universally loved and everywhere and doing business with everybody. And I guess that's how Sanjay's different. But is there anywhere Sanjay can't just strut ass into? It feels like he's beloved at Impact, WWE, AEW. It's got to be a testament to the man, does it not?
We just talked about Mick Foley and kind of his upbringing. I don't know how many times I've said this to you as well, Conrad, buddy. Look at, and Sanjay's father passed away not too long ago, but you know, so God rest his soul. But raised in a good, nurturing, you just have a level head. I can't. You know, I have apologized to to Sanjay a couple of years ago. There's no telling what I put him through, but he was my right-hand man. I love the guy. And above personality, above us getting along, he is a smart dude.
Yeah.
End of the day, he thinks things through, sits back. He is a learner and a listener, but buddy, he is not a yes man. And that's probably the biggest thing I like about Sanjay in a working relationship. You're going to get what he believes in a very diplomatic, and if you don't agree with him, you move on. He'll say, okay, let's go. That's very valuable.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.